Okay, everyone. So welcome to the 21-day Fat Loss Foundations Challenge. So first of all, I want to start talking about intention, like why we're all here. So everybody is going to be at a different stage of their fitness journey. So some people are literally just starting out, have never been to a gym before, have never followed a nutrition plan before. Other people have taken a break from training and they're trying to get back into it. Other people are training consistently and they're really struggling with nutrition and they're not seeing the results they want. And they're just looking for some more accountability and to be more consistent and to know what foods they shouldn't be eating. Okay. So in regards to what we can expect over the next 3 weeks, it's going to be unique to everyone, obviously, because everyone has different goals. But the theme of what we're trying to do is going to be imperfect action. So by that, I mean that we're trying to have progress and not perfection. Okay, so you have challenges like 75 hard, for example, where if you don't adhere 100% of the targets that are set, you go back to day one. And like when anyone starts to do a challenge like this or a fat loss diet or a muscle building diet, everyone starts out at 100 miles an hour and everyone's like so motivated and I'm going to like tick every box every day. But that's not the way things happen. Like life gets in the way, like one of your kids gets sick, somebody phones in sick at work and you have to like stay on a couple hours later. And what happens is if you've got that all or nothing mentality, as soon as you hit the first speed bump, then the wheels come off and you're like, well, I missed this, I missed this, I missed this. So that's it. I'm not going to complete the rest of the days. And the big thing is to keep reminding yourself about imperfect action. So whenever you do have those challenging days, it's about being able to pick yourself back up and start again. This all or nothing mentality, it ends up leading to a lot of negative self-talk. So if you miss a few days or you miss a few meals or you don't track your food or you drink alcohol, um, you start having all these negative self-talks like, oh, I'm shit at this, I'm no good at this, I failed again, I'm never going to reach X determined goal. So that's not what this is about. This is about building up the momentum that we're going to keep for not just this 21 days, but once you start seeing the boxes getting ticked and you're being consistent with your progress, then this is the momentum that we want to keep past the 21 days. So you can weigh yourself in at the start of the challenge, but the weigh-ins are just for your own personal record. We're not going to be going, the person that loses the most weight is the best person in the challenge. None of that bullshit, okay? It's all for you, for your own record. So during a 3 week challenge, yeah, you might lose a couple of pounds, a couple of kgs, whatever it is. But that's not what the specific goal about this is. This is about building the foundational habits that are going to lead you to success further down the road. Okay. So with that, the targets for week one. Okay. So the first target is we want to be achieving 30 minutes of daily activity. So that daily activity can be something as simple as going for a walk. If you don't have the time to go for one 30-minute walk, you can break it up into three 10-minute walks, a walk after breakfast, a walk after lunch, a walk after dinner, whatever it takes for you to get that 30 minutes of activity in, which, you know what, it's not that hard to do. So that's why the goals are set out like this, is that you are getting to easily tick boxes and be like, yeah, I'm progressing, I'm getting somewhere with this. So we can either do a walk, you can go for a run if that's your thing. If you need to, you can do a home-based bodyweight workout. So within that Facebook group that everyone would have received a link to in the email that they got, there's a link to the Facebook group. If you haven't joined that yet, I will put the link to it in the chat now for anyone that hasn't joined yet. So if you join that group tomorrow morning. I'm going to be putting in a couple of little body weight at home workouts. So it's going to be a couple of different variations so that it's going to keep it interesting for you that you're doing different things every day. And then as well as that, if you want to do gym-based workouts, that's 100% fine as well. And with that, I'm going to be putting in a 4-day strength training program into the workout into the app as well. So it's going to be like upper day, lower day, upper day, lower day. And it'll be put into the group as a downloadable PDF. So you can download it and like, you can print it out or you can adjust it on your phone. And there'll be a space in there for you to write in how many reps you did, what weight you were using, etc. And then that'll be every Monday morning. I'll put an updated version of that program in. So it'll be a 3-week, 4-day-a-week program. So that'll be in there for you to use if you want, or if you're already using a program or going to see a trainer that's got you on a different program, that's 100% fine. Completely up to you. Just get the 30 minutes done. So next one is going to be hydration. We're trying to hit 2 liters of water per day. So for some people, you might already be doing that, which happy days, that's another box that you're already ticking. For some people, though, you might only be drinking a glass of water a day. So going from 1 glass to 2 liters is a huge jump. So what we'll try and do is remember progress, not perfection. So every day, if you're drinking 1 glass of water, the next day, drink 2 glasses, the next day, 3 glasses. And what we do is we build it up. So by Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're hitting our 2 liters. So hydration is such an overlooked thing, especially when it comes to fat loss. So if you're in a calorie deficit and you've reduced the amount of food you're consuming, you're going to get hungry. So if you're drinking adequate amounts of water, that's really going to curb that hunger level. Also, really good for digestion, really good for your organs. So your kidneys, your liver, gut health. It helps you release toxins. You'll actually sleep better when you drink more water. You'll have better cognitive function in your brain. Okay, so that's task number 2. Third task is going to be either track your food using an app like MyFitnessPal. If you're really adverse to tracking your food, I know some people are, they find it very negative on their mindset of like having to look at how many calories they're consuming and what calories are in this and what calories are in that, good food, bad foods, that sort of shit. So if people do want to track their food, that's 100% fine, as long as we're following a relatively healthy nutritional plan. If you are really struggling with your nutrition and you literally have no idea what you should and shouldn't be eating, how many meals, what times you should be eating at, etc., send me a message on Facebook in Messenger or post it in the group, and I'll send you a little template of a diet plan, basically. So week number 1, we just want to get into the habit of eating good food. We're not worrying about how many total calories we're consuming. We're not worrying about how many grams of proteins, fats, carbohydrates, nothing like that. Okay. So week 1 is just about consuming good food, right? And with that, then the second part of that is going to be, we don't want to have any cheat meals. So no takeaways, Chinese, McDonald's, etc. And also, we're going to stay away from junk food. So I know that's a big thing, like people having cravings at night, and maybe you ate so well all day, and then at 11 o'clock at night, you're in the cupboards eating biscuits and chips and nuts and whatever else because you're starving. So if you're eating good quality food, like the foods that I list in the group and the meals that I list, they're going to be satiating foods. So they're going to be foods that fill you up. That's the kind of foods that you want to be focusing on whenever you're trying to lose body fat. Is if you could eat 5 biscuits for 500 calories, or you can eat 200 grams of chicken breast, a massive salad, and some rice, the volume of food is going to keep you fuller for longer, and it's going to make you crave less bad food, essentially, less junk food. So that's going to be the big thing, is like trying to keep away from snacking on junk. Okay, so I don't need to list out all foods that constitute junk food. I think everybody knows them. Right. Lastly is no alcohol. So the reason behind no alcohol is a couple of things. So number one is if you're hungover, you're less likely to do any activity the day after you train. Okay. It's going to affect your performance. If you do go to the gym when you're hungover, you're not going to be as strong. You're not going to have as much energy. Your workout's going to be average. So that's the first one. The next one, and probably the biggest one, if for anyone whose goal is to lose some body fat, is going to be how many empty calories are in the alcohol, firstly, but also when we're drinking, we tend to make really poor nutritional choices. So, an example how I break it down to my clients is if you're in a 500 calorie per day deficit from Monday to Friday, that's 2,500 calories. 5 beers is roughly 1,000 calories. So 5 beers on a Saturday night, there's 2 days of calorie deficit gone. Then when we're eating and making poor nutritional choices, we get the munchies. So we snack on some Pringles, we snack on some nuts, and these foods, they're highly tasty. You're just going to keep eating them and snacking at them, and you don't actually realize that easily that's another 500 calories. So now that's 3 days worth of your deficit gone. Then on the way home from the pub, you're still hungry, so you get a chippy, you get a Chinese, you get a kebab, easy 500 calories. That's probably being quite generous that it's only 500. It's probably closer to 800. Okay, so that's another day completely gone. Then Sunday morning you wake up, you're hungover, you want some greasy food to soak up the booze. So you have a fry, you have some bacon, sausages, etc. There you go. That's your 5 days worth of calorie deficit is like literally gone from one night out. And I see this happen with so many people is like Monday to Friday, they do so well and they eat in a deficit and everything's great. And then they just like completely lose track at the weekend. You know what though? With this challenge, if those days happen, that's okay. Progress, not perfection, okay? So what will happen then is next weekend, next Sunday, if we need to rearrange a more appropriate time for the meeting, we can discuss it during the week on the Facebook group. But next week's call, what we'll do is we're going to go through and we're going to basically have an assessment of what went right, what went wrong. We're going to celebrate the wins for what we achieved in week one, and then we're going to talk about what we didn't achieve, what we wanted to achieve and didn't, and what we can improve going forward to hit those targets in week two. Okay, so the last part then of week one is going to be every Friday in the Facebook group. I'm going to post a little weekend mini challenge, and it will be something as simple as example, over the course of Saturday and Sunday, we're going to try and hit 200 body weight squats. So whether you want to break that up and do like 50 Saturday morning, 50 Saturday night, 50 Sunday morning, 50 Sunday night, that's fine. So it's just going to be something simple like that, just to make sure we're keeping our daily activity up, because a lot of people at the weekends, they're maybe like sitting at home, relaxing, chilling, and they're struggling to hit their daily activity. So it's just going to be like little challenge that's going to be thrown in on top of what we're already doing. That's really going to just help keep us motivated and help keep us going. So that's it for what we're looking for week one. So again, if you want to do a little weigh-in tomorrow morning, so first thing in the morning after you go to the toilet with your clothes off, and record what your weight is for your own personal reference. Again, we would hope to lose a few pounds over the course of the 3 weeks. But like I said, that is not what our main focus is. Our main focus is going to be trying to get consistent with the targets that we've set, so that by the time we get to week two, week three, when the challenges get a little bit harder, that we're able to still achieve that. And then following that, after the 21 days, this is essentially what we want to do is like after this 21-day challenge is done, now that we've ingrained those habits into our life, then we want to continue with those habits moving forward. Okay, guys, so that's pretty much it. If anyone has some questions, Eamon, I think you had some questions about tracking and stuff.
Yeah, I just basically find it hard to track. That's sort of my downfall. Just can't really get into knowing what's the best thing to be eating, and if I'm sort of falling off my macro count or calorie count, it's hard to know
Yeah.
what's the best to be eating.
So my biggest thing to make it like so simple is I tell people that if you are happy to eat pretty much the same foods all the time, that will make your life so, so easy. Like I will have like over the course of a week, I'll pretty much have the same breakfast every day. I think I posted it before. It's like a overnight oats thing.
Yeah,
Just
that's right.
yogurt, berries, oats, protein powder, and that'll be my breakfast every day. And I know how many calories are in that. I've tracked that so that I know that I can just have that exact recipe every day, and that way I don't have to track it. And then
Yeah,
for my lunch and dinner, my meal, I don't even call it lunch and dinner because I just eat it whenever pre-train and post-train, whenever I have like meal 1 to 4. So that's meal 1. Meal 2, I will rotate between for my carbohydrates, chicken, or sorry, for my carbohydrates, sweet potato or rice, and then vegetables. So that's like I'll do like a mixed roasted vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower, peppers, and then I'll do another like just green vegetables, green beans, tender stem broccoli, asparagus. So that way I'm having my carbohydrates, I'm having my fiber from my vegetables, and then I just rotate what proteins I'm having. So I'll bulk batch cook a lot of chicken, a lot of beef, and then I know how much a portion is for each. So it's like today I'm having chicken, green vegetables, and rice. Meal 3, I'm having beef, rice, and roasted vegetables. So if you have all the foods that are kind of already balanced, it takes away the tracking. Do it make sense? So
yeah,
this is the kind of stuff that I'd put into the PDF that I'll send it to you. And it will be like obviously everyone's going to be different because it's to do the amount of food that you're going to consume is going to be based off your height, your age, your body weight, how much you train, what your daily activity is. Like someone who sits in a desk and someone who works in a building site is going to be
yeah.
different, but it'll give you an idea of the kind of foods and the kind of amounts that you have. And if you weigh all those meals out in advance, and then it's like literally just as handy as just putting a takeaway container in the microwave. That's what I'm doing at the minute is I've worked out what I need for one day and how much one portion is. And then I don't even have to like get my phone out and start tracking because that's the biggest thing is it's time consuming to track.
That's it. No, that sounds,
Keep going. Just what?
yeah, that sounds an easier way to what
Yeah.
I would be to do.
Like the biggest thing with MyFitnessPal is it's such a pain in the ass to scan barcodes and to set everything up. Um, but if for people that are using MyFitnessPal, what I tell them to do is like have that where you've planned out a meal. Like I've got everything saved in MyFitnessPal as like meals. So rather than me having to scan everything, it's just I hit sweet potatoes, chicken, rice, and I hit plus, and it comes up and it's already calculated in the app for me. But with MyFitnessPal, like the biggest pain is the first few weeks of setting it up and scanning everything. But once it's set up, it becomes a lot easier. Cool.
No, that's good advice.
Anything else?
No, I'm happy enough with what
Good
you're
stuff.
providing.
Right. Well, if anybody needs anything, send me a DM on Facebook or even post it in the group because a lot of the stuff that we talk about will probably be applicable to everybody. So just post it on the wall in the group and I'll answer it and that way everyone can see it. Awesome. Okay, guys,
Yes.
thanks very much.
Good. Cheers later.
Okay, see you later.
See you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.